Hello everybody, it's Terry and welcome to my channel. It's another edition of An Orchid a Day, and actually this is two orchids today, but anyway, it's still an Orchid a Day video, and I am going to pot up these bare root plants that I got in a haul a couple days ago. One is Trichoglotis brachiata, which is a vanda type, of course, a very tall thing. I'm going to stake it up in this sort of hanging kind of situation and then fill it with, I don't have lava rock. I might try to go find rock, but while I'm making the video now. So I'll just fill it with the Orchiata that I have and some charcoal. And that's how I'm just going to do that. I'm going to stake it up first and tie it up and then just fill the roots in. I am not planning on putting most of the roots. I'm going to put most of the roots outside as air roots and try to get some of the roots that are on the interior of the stem in the pot. But you can see it already has some yellow tips. This is, as I said, Trichoglotis brachiata, which I think is a pseudonym of Philippinense. We can see Trichoglotis. There's over 60 species. Epiphytic. Another thing that, sorry to get off topic, but another thing that I love about this book, which is, I will put a name of the book, is that they sound out how the species or the genus is pronounced, Trichoglotis. So of course it's a vandaceous plant from Asia, Malaysia, the Philippines, epiphytic, monopodial stems, climbing or pendulous. You can see shady to bright suns, hot temperature, high humidity, and ample water pretty much every day. And you can see it says just optimal growth obtained with the same conditions provided for tropical vandas. Flowers are star-shaped, very heavily substanced, and they open simultaneously on each stem. So anyway, that is the Trichoglotis. And then I also have here this Dendrobium anceps, which I used to have. I've told that story in another video. I'm not going to again, but I lost mine after I divided it and gave it away to some club members in an auction. But it bloomed reliably every year, and I do miss that plant. But let me find Den anceps for you. You can see the stems are very flattened and are arranged, the leaves are arranged kind of in a overlapping fan nature. Now, when I find Dendrobium anceps, you can see it says it's a flattened leafy stemmed plant from India, Thailand, Vietnam. Small greenish yellow solitary flowers from the axils of the leaves are seen in spring. Slab culture, warm, humid. I've read some. This is anceps, and this is the flower. If I can dig up a flower or a picture of my plant that I used to have that was really floriferous, and like I said, it's like the description said, simultaneously opening flowers. Well, I guess that was for the brachiata, but this actually does it as well. Not particularly from the same spot, but it continues to put up flower spikes along the back of the stem for a very long period, and the flowers last a long time. And there is a slight fragrance to it, which wasn't noted in any of the notes that I had read prior, but the one that I had was fragrant. And also, as far as culture is concerned with anceps, I did both, giving it a dry rest, and one year I watered it, and both times I got flowers. So it can take either, just as long as it's hot and humid and watered. Well, it doesn't need water, but when it's growing in the summer, when I put it outside in shade, it does take a lot of water when it's growing because it dries out very quickly. So anyway, let me just set up the camera, get rid of this book, and just get to this repot. Okay, and I am back, and I'm just going to start with this anceps because it is pretty straightforward. I'm just going to put the roots in and fill it with the orchiata. Easy peasy, just like that. And this is a net pot. It will get really good drainage. And you can see it is hanging up by a hanger. And I'll put a few pieces of charcoal in there as well to keep the media fresh. But it's mostly the orchiata. So, and that is my anseps. I got my trusty pen here. I'm going to write my date, 5/21. And then I'm going to set that aside and pull this one up. And let me back the camera up so you all can see what I'm actually doing here. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to get a stake. Well, the stake is already here. And I've got the stake kind of to the base through the hole with the plant leaning against it. And I just want it to stand up. Really, that's all I am trying to do, because once I backfill it in, it is going to be okay. So I've got my ties here, twist ties. And as I said, I don't want to be too aggressive with the tie. I just want it to give it a little bit of stability until I get the orchiata in there. I normally would use more of a mix of lava and stone, but I just ran out of lava and I can make do with this. So I'm just twist tying it somewhat loosely to the stake. And once that's done, then I'm just going to, and see, half of it's already done right there because it's already standing up. So now really the only thing left to do is to fill it up, and it is in a pot, so that should be pretty simple. Easy peasy. And I'm just going to start filling it in. Mixing it with charcoal and bark. I used to have really big pieces of charcoal. I wish I had more of that, because that would be excellent. I wouldn't have to use so much orchiata, but that's okay. I can always get more. And I do want it to go to the base of that stem, not any higher than that though. So that's pretty much how I am envisioning this to be. Let me stake this up a little bit better. And then I'll pan it up just so you can see what all I've done, or just how the plant looks in general. Okay, once I tie this up. All right, so you can see how it is. I am going to hang it up high so that it gets a good amount of light. Let me put a little bit more of the charcoal up in there. So yeah, that's pretty much my repot of a Trichoglidus brachiata or Philippinens and Dendrobium anceps. You see some of the roots are in, and then there are aerial roots as well. Anyway, that's how I'm going to do it. Thanks for watching, and enjoy your orchids. Bye.